In recent years, teen suicide rates have been on the rise. Within just a decade, the number of teen suicides have gone up by 56%. Following accidents, suicide is the second most common cause of death for teens. At Pstuychology, we are trying to understand the cause of the growing number of teenage suicides. A lot of the time, the people around a victim ignore the signs until it's too late. In fact, as many as 90% of victims exhibit risk factors such as substance abuse, depression, and other mental health issues. But oftentimes, these risk factors and psychiatric illnesses go unnoticed and untreated. Thus, it is crucial to acknowledge these signs and seek help to prevent further damage. In addition to mental health and substance abuse, mass media, including films, print media, and the internet, also have unintended effects on the rate of suicide. Psychologist David Phillips conducted a study on the suicide rates in the US and UK from 1947 to 1968. After extensive research, Phillips reported that suicide rate often increased temporarily following a highly publicized story about suicide. This phenomenon became known as copycat suicide, or the Werther effect. Studies had confirmed the phenomenon of copycat suicide in situations when the publicized story involved a death of a celebrity. For example, after Marilyn Monroe's suicide was revealed, suicide rates went up by 12% in the US and 9% in the UK. This trend was also seen after the death of a famous soccer player, Robert Enke, by standing in front of a coming train. Over the period of the next 2 years, the rate of railway suicide in Germany increased by nearly 20%. However, the copycat effect is not limited to publicized celebrity suicide. Its impact extends to suicide coverage in the media and fictionalized accounts of suicide in movies and television shows as well. After the streaming of popular TV series 13 Reasons Why, for example, researchers had found a significant spike in internet searches of terms such as how to commit suicide and how to kill yourself. Specifically, the popularity of the search phrase, how to slit your wrists, had increased by 500%. In fact, in a study by the National Institute of Health, a 29% increase in teenage suicide was identified after the release of the first season of 13 Reasons Why. And in the following month, teen suicide rate proceeded to reach a 19-year high. A key in combating this contagion effect lies in the description or depictions of suicide in media. In a study done in 2014, researchers found that a detailed description of suicide can increase the suicide rate. In an attempt to combat this effect, the World Health Organization released a set of guidelines for media in 2008, specifically stating to avoid explicit descriptions of the method used in the completed or attempted suicide and exercising caution in using photographs or video footage. It is also essential that the media includes both reports on suicide and campaigns that would raise awareness for suicide prevention. For example, news articles should not only focus on reporting suicides, but also feature stories of individuals overcoming a suicide crisis. The promotion of these positive stories have been statistically found to have a positive impact in suicide prevention. This is due to the Papageno effect, where mass media can influence an individual's choice by presenting non-suicide alternatives to crises. One of the biggest changes in the teen lifestyle within this decade has been the growing influence and role of social media. Along with social media, cyberbullying has also been on the rise. About 15% of adolescents report having been cyberbullied at least once in any given year. Bullying has always been a red flag for depression and suicide, but before social media, this form of bullying did not exist. A victim is no longer safe when they are far away from the bully, even in their homes, because the medium of bullying is constantly at their fingertips. Social media also fuels feelings of insufficiency and facilitates comparison to unrealistic standards. Teens are prone to comparing themselves and their real lives to the filtered and best moments of the people they see on social media. And as teens become more engrossed in their online social lives, their real-life social interactions are taking a setback. Talking to people has been shown to have a positive impact on one's mental health and overall happiness. However, with phones available to keep us entertained, the number of face-to-face interactions we have with peers are going down. And when we opt to use our phones at lunch or during commutes instead of interacting with other people, we sacrifice prime social interactions. Thankfully, across the United States, schools have been taking initiatives to aid mental health of their students. They have created programs and trained guidance counselors to handle the problems that students face. Thankfully, many organizations are looking into revolutionized treatment for the mentally ill, specifically the suicidal. There are a variety of resources one can access if they are feeling suicidal. The most popular and common is the National Suicide Hotline, where you can call to speak to someone who will listen to you and your problems and offer help. Thanks for watching. For more videos like this, please subscribe to Pstuychology.